So, good evening. Welcome everyone to YouTube. So, you'll just have to bear with me for the time being because this is my first time doing this and I'm not entirely sure what it is that I'm doing or how I'm meant to do it. So, I'll be jumping between the broadcasting system and YouTube at the moment. So, welcome everyone if this is your first time here. Um, Remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for upcoming videos and events. But we'll see if anyone joins. I'm not sure if anyone's in here yet, and we can get through some of your questions, if any. I've got some promotions to sort out, and this is really just a test just to get the YouTube channel up and running on the live feeds. So I look forward to any questions you bring forward. Say hi in the chat so I know who's in and what's going on. But welcome everyone. So let's have a look. Everything seems to be working okay at the moment, so I'm just trying to hold out. So I'll wait for a few of you to say something in the chat. Make sure you can hear me clearly and everything's going well your end for the viewer's point of view. It looks like it's going okay. It looks like it's getting through. So I do have a list here that I will be going through, and while I wait for one of your questions or for me to babble on for a little while, for as long as you guys are in here, I can be here answering your questions on mediumship. However, I do have some of you that were waiting would have seen some posters going up, and that's for my demonstration in Harlow, which is Friday the 23rd. That's in my hometown. And then on Saturday, April the 7th, we've got a mediumship workshop, something that if you're looking to develop, you'll find that useful. If you're in the local area to Harlow, you should be able to jump along. There's a couple of spaces left on that, so no problem at all. So good. I'm glad you can hear me fine. So hi to Louise Spiller and Carol Ann, all good. So it's all working well, which is really good. I'm really pleased about that. So on the 19th of April, we've got a demonstration in Colchester. So if anyone's in that Colchester area, or maybe you can share the post or link up on Facebook. Do it to the Medium Charlie Kelly page though, because the profile one I'll be edging away from ever so slightly in the near future. And then we have a dem on the 1st of June, and that's in Stevenage. So again, if you know anyone in or around the Stevenage area, that'll be nice if you can share that and let them know that I'm working there. And then on June the 23rd and 24th, I have a trance workshop. So many people ask about trance or entrancement. So that will be a 2-day workshop. And again, you can email me or contact me via Facebook, and we'll get you sorted out on there as well. So good evening, my co-host. So Ray's jumped on. So a lot of you, you'll get to know who Ray is if you don't already know Ray. I done a recent live feed on Facebook with Ray, a nice guy. But remember to get your questions in this box as well. Don't forget to get your questions in. This is a different platform to Facebook. And it's not so clicky. It's more worldwide, and that way we can answer your questions with no fear. You know, this is a discussion. It's used as a group, so we can just chill out, we can relax, and we ain't got to worry too much about what people are saying or doing, and let them get on with it that way, eh? So what is your favourite mechanic to use in mediumship? Carol is asking. My favourite mechanic in mediumship is, there's a few actually. I I love my clairvoyance, so the clairseeing part of it. I can be really accurate with the visuals, but the more and more I've developed, the more and more I love the clairsentience part of mediumship. It just gives you a more rounded feeling and experience of the spirit world. And so it's nice to do my communication through that clair as such. So I would prefer to use them all if I could, but my go-to one would be clairvoyance, very very quickly followed by clairsentience. So feeling and seeing would be my favourite mechanics within mediumship, especially when I'm demonstrating. It's great to see a few people in here. I didn't quite expect 14. It's saying 14 on my screen right now. I wasn't expecting that on my first one. I thought I was going to have to build the audience a little bit here, but it seems good. So it's nice that you're kind enough to spend your time with me. Also, it'll be nice for you to jump on the channel. So there's 14 of you here. Let me know what you think of the channel. Is the artwork okay? Is it looking good for you? Is it something that you'd engage in? I need to know what it is that you like. I keep watching this guy Nick Nimmin at the moment, and he's nothing to do with mediumship. He's all about YouTube, and it's bingeable. I mean, like he just talks about growing a channel and whatever, and it's so addictive. I don't know why on earth I'm so into it or why I like it so much, but I just seem to be watching more and more. So in the unlikelihood that Nick would ever jump in, this is my shout out to Nick Nimmin. So is there any more questions? Come on, there must be more questions. I'll let you know what I'm doing because it's been really difficult getting this channel up and running, and it's a learning curve. So audio's good. Now, as you can see, we've got the mic on the go, and yesterday we upgraded the camera to a Canon D80, so it's the video quality over the next couple of weeks. I think it'll be should really pick up as well as the audio because of the mics that we've introduced into that recording. But you have no idea the stress that comes with that as well. It's incredibly you have to be very patient when you're growing a channel or growing your viewers and your subscribers while doing a YouTube channel. So no question. Where's Ray? Where's Ray in his questions? Ray's usually got a hat full of questions that I can usually go through, but maybe he's a bit slow on the mark today. Is it all in sync? Is the visual in sync with the audio? Ray's. Oh, here we go. So got a few just ramping there, so that's much better. So who's that? That's Anthony J Wood. So Anthony J Wood says, "Hi matey, great the other night at Fosh. Yet wanting to brush up on guides a bit. Need a bit of help finding my way." We'll be a little bit more specific there, Anthony, and I can help you here now. But also on the channel, there are a couple of guide videos that can help for you. So Ray has put, do you ever have experienced mediums come to you to learn new mechanics, or are they always stuck in their generic descriptions? The ones that are serious about developing have got no problems with going back to a classroom and developing their mediumship, and I think that's something that we should all do as a. I think there's something that we should all look at all of the time. It's our development is ongoing; it's constantly ongoing, and we need to maybe constantly look at that because it is evolving. It's always the it's always good to look at our development and move forward. So I do have platform mediums come to my workshops and come to my classes and looking to do it, and I just think that says a lot about them as a medium, because they want to improve their skill set, improve their mechanics and techniques, and maybe understand themselves a little bit more. So I hope that helps you there, Ray. Carol asks, why does everyone seem to concentrate so much on clairvoyance? I know I got frustrated at first, as felt I was missing out because I only had feeling or knowing. Why does everyone seem to concentrate on clairvoyance? Clairvoyance is one of those things that seeing is believing. And so because you're seeing it or you're watching it unfold in some way, you rely heavily on it. It's something that is very easy to understand, maybe interpret much more freely, because you can see the image. Some people have it in cartoon format. Some will use it as a like a storybook almost, maybe even symbols. And because people are comfortable with that, they tend to use it as their go-to clairvoyance, the go-to clair. And so what happens, the only downside to that is that they become so comfortable or so complacent in that they slow down their own development. They tend not to look to develop it anymore, because they're comfortable in the act of clairvoyance. So I think it's always good to maybe try and use your hearing or use your feeling or use the knowing a little bit more, just for the sake of your own development. You'll notice change very, very frequently if you do that. So I don't know if, yep, John, Anthony has listed again at the bottom there. Okay, so Hans Holtz is sees commitment, patience, and realism naturally really made me cry out. Cool. Okay, so we've obviously got a Donald Trump fan in, so that's cool. That's cool. Strange, but cool. No, matey, it's Tony. It's Tony. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I love to think outside the pattern, but I have never been able to recognise doorkeeper guides, etc. So it's really good that you've put it that way, Tony. Is that? I think that's. Yeah, I think I recognise you now, Tony. Sorry, mate. So Tony, the problem that a lot of people do there is that they emphasise on needing a name or needing a banner or a label in some way for you to recognise your guiding influence. I think once you've got used to the feeling and once you've got used to the connecting as such, so as your mind moves and you connect with your spirit team, it becomes like second nature almost, and at that point you can introduce anything that you like. So if you want to see the name, or you want to see the face of the guide in that way, you almost allow your mind to move there, and the spirit world will fulfill that avatar for you in some way. Now, this may be like a grumpy old man or woman. This may be someone that appears to you as having some sort of fame in some way. But it doesn't really matter, as long as when you connect, that you are following that kind of guidance that they're offering you. And so it doesn't really matter what avatar they're coming in with as such. Don't say that. So I'm starting to say feeling like Tony Stockwell. I will definitely be changing that then. As I'm Charlie, not Tony. But I hope that helps you in some way, Tony. Maybe set your mind up to allow an avatar to step in the sense of what is it you want from your spirit team? Do you want a name? Would you be more comfortable with a name, or would you be more comfortable with a visual? And once you start making it quite clear, you will be able to start to look for that in your own mind. So I definitely need to work out a way of lifting the chat. I will have to add the chat on screen at some point, so everyone can see it on a constant level. But it seems to be holding out. It seems to be holding out. I'm happy with how it's going at the moment. Back online. So Chris, yeah, I'm back online, mate. So nice to see you here. It's a test live stream on YouTube, because I think YouTube's much freer. It can hit a wider audience, and get out there a little bit more. I think Facebook can be a little bit clicky, and it doesn't really allow you to do a lot of the stuff that YouTube does. So I'm definitely trying to move my Facebook community over to my YouTube channel. So I do ask again that have a look at the channel. Is it something that will retain you? Is it something that catches your eye? Have a look over, and I'm open for feedback. I'm open for things that will. I'm open to ideas. So let's have a look. I'm just looking at the comments there. Sorry for the pause. Just looking. So you can call me whatever you like, Chris. It's one of those, isn't it? The question is, do you have a shirt and tie on? That is the main thing. Okay, so Tony's got back, and he's put at the bottom. No, really had no real meetings with these guys. Just sit down and do it. I think that's what I found in your teachings in Just Ask a Question. Definitely, Tony, and it's one of those things that early on in my own development, I never had a name, or I never had a banner. I was aware of a feeling, so what I would try to do is maybe set aside some time. Set aside like an evening maybe, and I would sit and just allow my spirit team to move forward, and through that process I slowly learned the feelings of the individual guides in that way, and then you can make like almost like a simulator in your mind. So maybe as one for you to kind of look at, there is a video on the channel that does a meditation. It's in the meditation playlist if you're familiar with the channel. And there is a 10-minute meditation, and there's like a bench scenario that I go through, where you can sit down and invite your guides to that. Now that's just a 10-minute exercise. I mean, you can extend that in any way, shape or form. It's just to give you that like simulator within the mind for the guide to present themselves. So maybe have a little try with that one. And in the future, I do plan on adding more to the meditation playlist. And but again, it's what you guys need. It's what my community want, or what they want to learn from, that will ultimately lead on to what I'm designing the videos for, if that makes sense. So Ray's asking, when you do a dual reading, do you feel that the other medium in the energy, and can you get the same evidence if you are in different places? So I think what you mean there, Ray, is when we do a double link. Double links are usually done on the same platform. So whether it be within my home, or whether it be within a classroom, or down at the school, or on a public platform. the double link into the spirit world would usually take place when both mediums are in the same vicinity. So, in answer to that, do I feel them in my energy? Most definitely, I feel them in my energy. And can I get the same evidence? The evidence will be what my mind does to get the evidence. So, if the medium is very similar to the way that I work within my mind and the way that I try to get that information from my communicator, then most definitely we'll be able to get the same kind of evidence. There's absolutely no doubt about that. However, doing a double link, let's say it's a Skype conference or even YouTube, I suppose, there may be an experiment there that we can maybe try at some point. Where one medium would connect and another medium would connect, like Chris in the US and Charlie here in the UK, and we both link to someone's mum. There is absolutely no reason why that shouldn't be achievable. Get the same evidence, most probably we'd be able to get certain things together from the same communicator. However, we are two different minds. So I totally understand what it is that you're saying there, Ray. And I don't see why not. I don't see why not. So, as you know, I am just nuts and bolts bloke. So I have always thought that these recognisable Indians, nuns and Chinamen are just recognisable symbols to make it easy for our physical minds to see. Absolutely, Tony. 100%. You've absolutely nailed it on the head there. That's exactly what it is. And what I'm referring to when I say avatar is exactly that. It's just an avatar that is easily recognizable. So you say Indians, nuns, and Chinamen. This is typical through the development, certainly here in the UK. So what do you think regarding being a Christian spiritualist? Can you be a Christian knowing our truth and philosophy? So quick shout out to Kerry Chadwick. So hi, thanks for joining us. Chris asks, a Christian spiritualist it's kind of strange. What I tend to do is not go under a religious banner. I work for spirit, and I'm quite comfortable with that terminology. I think that covers it well enough. Spiritualists tend to follow a guideline, like principles, spiritual principles, don't they? And they are the 7 spiritual principles. And I think the only difference between spiritualist principles and a Christian spiritualist is that they have an 8th principle with the following of Jesus Christ. So the problem is with the Christian faith, for me, is very restrictive and very fear based. It's one of those that people will make their own minds up. It's very popular here in the UK, Christian spiritualists, to be honest with you, Chris. So there are quite a lot of centres, certainly in my local area, where this happens. And I kind of get where you're coming from, because that happens. I feel quite strongly about when we open up a spiritual evening here in the UK. A lot of churches that I go to have an opening prayer by any given medium for their evening of mediumship or their divine service, and a lot of them follow it with the Lord's Prayer, which I don't understand. I don't understand why they do that. And what's a little bit more frustrating is it's very monotone. It's got to the point where it's just done from memory, and you actually rarely hear the heartfelt sentiment that I think the Lord's Prayer initially meant. But again, people will think differently to me there, and have a different understanding maybe. So Tony's asking, Charlie, have you heard of Eric, this American guide teacher that's being talked about at the moment? I I have I haven't heard of them. No, I have no idea what that's about. So Eric, the American guide teacher. What I'll do, Tony, is I will make a list of that, and I will look into it. And maybe get back to you on another live feed in the near future. So American, so it's Eric American. Eric, is that how I would Google it? Eric American guide teacher. Is that how I would Google that on the search bar, or is he on YouTube? I don't know. But I will. I've made a note there for you, Tony, and I will have a look when I get a spare moment in my day, and then I will get back to you and let you know what I think. So I feel like I've got a cold coming on again. You know, this cold won't go away, will it? So please excuse me while I take a sip of water to do that. So hi, Kerry Chadwick. Welcome to the channel, and it's great that you've built up the courage to ask a question, which is always nice to do that. So how do I keep myself grounded? If you've been on my channel, there will be a few videos on grounding, and there will be many more to follow on grounding, just so I can see which way people prefer me to get that message across about grounding. Grounding's a state of mind. And so if you are someone that's a little bit floaty, a little bit love and light, because we see that a lot, don't we? Especially here on YouTube. You get people talking all spiritual and all love and light. And the reality is that not everyone's like that. I'm very down to earth, and I try to approach it in a very mechanical and understandable way for people such as you, Kerry, to understand what I mean. So if I break it down in bite-sized pieces, there's more chance of you understanding it rather than making it out to be far more spiritual than it is, leaving you with a feeling of not being able to do it or unfulfilled in some way. And so grounding is a state of mind. So grounding is actually, you just watch me drink some water there, is the most grounding effect that we can have. And that's why most mediums will drink water after a session, after a one-to-one, after a demonstration, even during a demonstration. It just brings our mind back to the alpha beta state in which our body functions in. So how do I keep myself grounded? I just constantly double check and make sure that I'm there, and I'm not 2 feet in the spirit world all day long, because you kind of you see these people running away with the love light aspects in some it may be a little bit too much. So to keep myself grounded, I do normal things. I mean, I don't know if you're a mum or if you've got a busy lifestyle, but like grabbing the Hoover and or the vacuum cleaner and vacuum. I can't say that word. Hoovering around the house. I literally cannot say that word. I can't even say it in my head. Something like that, do the washing up, put a washing on, wash some clothes, are all very grounding mechanics. So just do little things like that, and that will keep you very grounded in that sense. I am definitely there is a video that I think you'll be interested in on the channel that's called the measuring stick for mediumship, and that will give you this understanding of how your mind works and where it is when you're working and when you're not working. So maybe have a look at a few of those, and engage with the comments there. And I'll definitely I answer all the comments on my channel, and I'll definitely engage with you there. So maybe have a look at a few of those after the live feed. Please remind your followers that when your light bulb is flickering, that it is not always spirit, just the light bulb needs changing. Most definitely, Chris. And the more and more I speak to you, Chris, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you in person just yet. But the more and more I engage with you on these live feeds and on social media, the more and more I kind of see where you're coming from, and it looks like we're trying to spread the same message in some way. And too many people are quick to blame the spirit world, and they're too quick to place every knock and bang and draft that we get within the home on the spirit world. And so Chris has made light of it there, but it really is a bit of an issue that seems to be very evident within the spiritual community. And sometimes it is just the simple fact that the light bulb needs changing. Or if there is a coldness in the front room, that you may just need a draft excluder at the door, and this kind of stuff. Equally, there will be these times when the spirit world are trying to communicate at certain times, and trying to catch your attention in some way, but it's not every time. And I think that's what Chris is trying to say there in the in the message there. So what is that? Tony says, "Yep, YouTube and Facebook will." Well done, old chap. Yeah, it's getting there, mate. It's getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. And that's what it's all about. And it's all for free. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be informed of any future live feeds or uploads that I will be making. Remembering that I upload every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. This will be there will be something for everyone in there in some context. Whether you agree or whether you have a different technique or understanding, it will be a great idea to maybe engage in the comments, because I do engage in the comments. So Carol's asking, do you think the title that mediums go under gives away the way that they work? For example, psychic medium, spiritual medium, rather than a medium. It's a very good point that you raised there, Carol. Most definitely. I think I was watching, I was flicking through, I was doing an SEO, a search engine optimization on my channel earlier, and I stumbled across John Edward, and I think most people know John Edward or have heard of John Edward. And I opened a discussion with it where that sometimes he goes in psychic and sometimes he goes in with evidence of communication. And so it makes sense for me that he would go under the title of psychic medium, because he's using psychic mediumship on a regular basis. So he's going into the psyche of the recipient, and then he's going back to the spirit world, then back to the psyche and back to the spirit world, and so on and so forth. And there's a few well-known mediums here in the UK that are also known for doing that, you know, and some of them are fantastic at it. You know, for me, Gordon Smith is an absolute master at going into the psyche and back to the spirit world, and they do it through their terminology. So maybe some of them do it through their label, psychic medium or spiritual medium. Spiritual can fall under different kind of banners. Spiritual energy can be come across as just a spiritual. It doesn't really have to be evidential, does it? It just has to be of a spiritual nature. Some people will go under just the banner of medium, and that's me. That's what I do. I'm known for my evidence. I think a lot of them try to lose it in the terminology of their banner. I hope that answers you there, Carol. Where are the wow, that just jumped loads there, man. Sorry, the chat just went crazy there. Um, uh, Someone asked the question, Chris. There you go. If this keeps up and I keep getting loads of people in the live streams as this channel grows, I will need some moderators to kick in. So hopefully Chris can help me out on that one actually, because he appears to know what he's doing. So maybe even Ray. I may even set you up as a moderator as well at some point. Just if it takes off on YouTube. Where are the psychic photographs? I think that's meant to say there. Where are they? Or I'm not sure what the question is there, Chris. Really sorry. I'm going to have to make you type that out again. I don't mean to. I know how frustrating that can get. So I don't know what you're saying there. If you can make it a little bit simpler for me to know what I'm answering. I've only just noticed your channel here. So glad to be able to catch up with you again. I will watch some more of your videos. Yes, I am a mum. When are you back in Ipswich? All the events are... Okay, Carol's already answered that. So they are all on the Facebook page for that. And remember to subscribe and like the notification bell then, Kerry. And that way you can be informed of what's coming up on the channel. And... maybe share it on your social media to let you and or let your friends know that this content is available for free. Ray asks, have you ever been hounded by your team to approach someone in the street and give them a message, or is it on a work basis only? That is a wonderful question, Ray, and I don't know if I've covered it in a previous live feed at some point, but for the sake of this live feed, I will share the story. Unfortunately, I'm just going to have a quick drink again. My apologies. I have a cold, and it seems to be gaining momentum at the moment. So, have I ever been hounded by the spirit team? I don't think. I like the way that you have put it there, Ray. And I know that you don't mean that they pester me like in the film Ghost, you know, where he sings "I am Henry VIII, I am." It's not like that for me with my spirit team. It's not the relationship I have with them. But there was this one occasion that I can remember from memory that I was in a very large department store, and I was in a queue waiting behind, waiting to be served, and there was a lady in front of me. And you have to understand the mechanic that I'm using here, because I was so new to it, and we all are when we first start on our mediumship journey, and we're learning how to do mediumship and psychic work. We want to be there all the time. We want to sort of engage with our spirit team as much as we can, and so we don't really close down as such. You know, our mind's always there looking for the spirit world, and in effect that's you being open. So the open and close being covered there, and so what happened to me was I was in a queue, and I was waiting to be served, and there was a lady in front of me. I'm just recalling the memory there. Sorry, I don't mean to look stupid. As I was stood there, I heard a voice. I heard it very clearly. Let her know Mark's here. Let her know Mark's here. And I honestly thought it was that clear to me. I turned round to look behind me. To see why couldn't Mark just tell her himself, and to turn around and there was no one there. It was just me and my partner at the time, and so it was quite a strange episode, really. You know, it was one that that spooked me a little bit. I didn't know what to do, and it was very new in my development, and so it was a bit of an issue, really. You know, so I left the queue and I went to the other side and went to another checkout, And when I went over there, it just stopped. I didn't hear the voice anymore, and it wasn't an issue. And my partner was like, "What are you doing? Like we're next in the queue here. Why are you going over there?" So I went back to where she was, and immediately I heard it again. Let her know Mark's here. Let her know Mark's here. So me being eager and me being very undisciplined in my own mind, I was I tapped the lady shoulder in front of me, and I said to her, I'm being told to tell you that Mark's here. And when I looked at that lady, the colour drained from her face, and I knew I had made a monumental error, because I'm open to it and developing. It doesn't mean that this poor lady's open to the idea. And it turns out that Mark was her partner and had passed that week. And so it was a very difficult scenario to get myself out of. I felt very awkward. I clearly made the lady in the shop feel very awkward, just through an undisciplined mind, because I was so excitable with this new journey of mediumship. So I did it once and once only, and I will never ever do it again. So now it is on a work basis. But a fabulous question there, Ray. Fabulous question, and it allowed me to talk for a little while. For the rest of you to form a question and get it in that chat. So, where are the psychic photographers today, such as Harold Sharp? I think I totally agree with you again there, Chris. It's one of those that it's one of those things like that's not in fashion at the moment. So I don't know if you've noticed it yourself, but my apologies. Entrancement at the moment seems to be very popular, and everyone seems to be doing a trance live feed, and they're showing their trance work live on the internet and on YouTube and on Facebook. And unfortunately, a lot of them don't know what trance is. They're confusing trance for inspirational speaking, or to the other extreme, complete delusion. And so that seems to be in fashion at the moment. So the psychic photographers are few and far between today, because that may require some development or some greater understanding for the people to demonstrate or show that kind of mediumship. And unfortunately, everyone wants it on their lap immediately, and they want instant results, and that kind of mediumship requires development, doesn't it? So so Evil Ouija, that's a cool name. That is a cool name. So I'd be interested to know what that's about. If I remember, I'll quickly jump on your channel in a moment and have a look, if that's okay. Hi Charlie, loving the stream, which is good. That's the purpose of me doing the stream. Can you give Tammy Walker a shout out? Many thanks. Looking forward to viewing all your videos. All the best. So Tammy Walker, this is your shout out on Medium Charlie Kelly's live feed. So I hope that covers it for you there, Evil Ouija. So for a long time over here in the US, Chris says, no one seemed interested in spirit return, more on the psychic level. However, things have changed, more Brit mediums coming over, except Charlie Kelly. So I am actually in discussions to going back to the US at the moment, but the conditions, etc., aren't right. It's just not. I won't sell myself for the money aspects or anything like that. The conditions have got to be right, and my ethics and morals obviously come into play quite a lot. I totally agree with you that where I work a lot in Europe, a lot of Europe European countries, they love the communication aspect of a demonstration. However, when it goes to the message, they love it on the sensitive level. So they love the psychic aspect from the mediums on the platforms out there and in the one-to-ones. So maybe that is a cultural thing, and maybe it is a want that us humans want. You know, some of us want to know what's happening, and some of us want to know what's going on. And you know, my life's a little bit hard right now, and what's my loved one telling me about it? And it will go into that kind of guidance aspect. So I totally agree again with you there, Chris, that this seems to be a thing that is very much on the increase. And again, here in the UK, I think it's a multitude of things. To be honest with you. Yeah, I'd tell you what, if you can get me on the Johnny Carson show, crack on. I'll be over there and I'll be straight on the Johnny Carson show. So I would love to do that. So and that's something I need to write down just in case you do that. So cool. So where are the... Yeah, I'd got that one. So got to get into live physical. So physical mediumship on a live stream. I'm not sure that's going to go down very well anywhere there, mate. To be honest with you, maybe not in 2018. But we'll see. Who knows what the spirit world have planned for future events. So we'll hold the space, shall we say? So, is there any other questions? You've been doing well, you lot. I tell you, it's nice to see engagement on the channel. I was petrified in jumping on, to be honest with you. I didn't know if I was going to have anyone there, or if I was going to just be talking to this camera and this mic all on my own, and trying to get it leveled out correctly. So I appreciate you guys turning up. You make it worthwhile. So I will get to the questions that have come in there. 3 of you have ploughed in with a question there. So all good. So I'll go to the next one that was in, and that was by Carol. What do you think mediums in the UK... Why do you think mediums in the UK don't give messages that often anymore in their communications? They seem more interested in giving everyone in their audience a quick communication. And this is something that we see on a very regular basis, messages seem to be coming few and far between in the demonstrations that I'm watching, and I know, Carol, that you're watching many of the demonstrations that I watch, or I know that you enjoy watching me demonstrate. However, I do a message from every communication, and every single one that I do, I give a meaningful message rather than just, you know, the spirit world are here, they love you, life's a little bit hard right now. I do give evidence and something that seems significant within your everyday now. I think it's very easy for the people to avoid the message aspect on a public level right now, and it definitely seems to be going that way. However, be rest assured that Charlie Kelly will keep flying that flag for the true spirit voice in that sense. I will keep doing evidence, and I will keep doing messages, whether it's in fashion or not. I'm not one to follow the crowd. I will do it my way. So Ray says, what was your first ever workshop or circle like? That's 2 separate questions there, Ray. So I know that you may not know that. So I will answer it in 2 separate ways for my buddy Ray. So my first circle was one that I have documented very well within my new book, which isn't available yet. So don't all get in the description looking for a link or anything like that. Yeah, it's still heavily in production, and I still need to fix this, get it looked at. But my first circle was in a little church in Cheshunt, and it's the SNU church in Cheshunt. That was a bit of a tongue twister, by the way. And so it was a little bit weird, if I'm honest, mate, because all right, I've maybe gone a little bit smarter this evening. I've got a casual jacket on, and I've put a shirt on. But it's you know, I'm a guy that likes a hoodie. I like a beanie hat, and I like my tracksuit and my trainers. I like to feel comfortable. You know, it's more me. And I walked into a church. Can you imagine what that looked like when I walked into a church? And so it was. I felt a little bit. I felt a little bit out of place, to be honest. And they were sitting, playing with energy and grounding, and I spent half hour protecting myself from something. I don't know what I was protecting myself from, but I was protecting myself from some evil or whatever it was they were saying. And you know, it was a little bit weird. But, you know, I was new to it. I was naive, and so I kept going back, and I enjoyed it. So it was a little bit weird, the circle in the first instance. My first workshop was one where my heart was in my mouth. My friend at the time, Dawn, invited me along to a mediums workshop, and the medium, many may know, especially if people from the US do log in and watch this, or here from the UK, was a Mavis Patilla masterclass. And I had done like a month of circles, so that's like 2 circles, and then I'm on a masterclass for mediumship, you know. So and I went in, and I was working with mediums, professional mediums, and it was a little bit weird, and I was completely out of my depth, and I didn't know what was going on, and I was real scared. So it was a terrible experience that I went through, but I stayed, and I knuckled down, and I tried to push my boundaries out the way if I could, and the rest is history. You know, now I like to teach a classroom with mixed ability, whether it be novice, beginner, intermediate, advanced, and advanced right through to the professional. It's something that I enjoy, and I think everyone learns from it. So I think it's a good practice. So maybe you can let everyone know at some point, Ray, when you attend my workshop in the very near future, on how you felt within that moment. So Kerry Chadwell asked, do you use any tools? So do I use any tools, Kerry? Me personally, I don't. I have today been recording another batch of videos, which are much better quality, much better audio, and you will see those in 2 weeks' time, maybe 3 weeks' time, when the backlog is gone out. And it speaks of the tools. So tools being cards, crystals, pendulums, Ouija boards, tables, all that kind of stuff. I don't use them for my professional one-to-one readings. I used them in development. You know, it was something that I used for. I don't want to say fun, but it was kind of fun. I feel that fun's the wrong word there, but it was something that allowed me to explore it. And so cards and crystals were a good focal point to start there. So, but now I don't use them. I understand now that I have more faith in my spirit team than I do in the cards or the tools, as you express it there. So do you use tools? It would be and if so, which tools do you use? No judgment. I'm just interested. I just want you to engage. So Evil Ouija. My name derives from a session on the Ouija board, where all hell was let loose upon me and my friends. Lots of things being thrown at us, books, videos, bad feelings. I don't know if that's been continued. At the end of the session, all I could say was, "What an evil Ouija," and the name stuck. It's actually great that you've put that on there, evil Ouija, because again today I recorded another video for Ouija boards and spirit boards, and the mechanic there from evil Ouija is one of fear. It's a projection of fear. And so if it's not evil Ouija, it would have been the people that surround evil Ouija in that group. And then once one's fearing and other people fear, the fear can really manifest. And that's when you'll start to get the objects flying around and all hell breaking loose, as evil Ouija put it there. So my upcoming video, you will... maybe you'll enjoy it, maybe you won't, but I think it'll be interesting. I think it'll be interesting for you. You are never alone, X-Files. So you always give a meaningful and evidential and full message. Cool, that's cool. It's a shame I can't like these messages. I really need to. Once I've got this under wraps, I'll know what I'm doing, and you'll start seeing graphics come in. Like I can spin things in. I don't know if you're interested really, but there's like a studio mode on this broadcast thing that I can do, and there are certain things that I can flash up. So there will be things like my slide. So when you're ready, this is what it looks like. And I can transist in and out of other things. I've got some nice little event things going on here that I can sort of transist in. So I've got little graphics that I'm getting ready to make it look very professional. So silly little things like this, and so you get where I'm coming from, that kind of stuff. So I've been playing around with it, but I needed to know how the live stream went first, and things like that. So I needed to understand how it worked, and before I could start whacking things like that across here. So waves is spiritual flag too, says Evil Ouija. So that's awesome. I would personally prefer a message to a flower. Yeah, and that's unfortunate here in the UK. A lot of people go home with a spiritual flower or a spiritual anything really, where the messages are slightly unfulfilled in some way. So which is sad really. It's unfortunate that it goes out that way. Again, you'll have to excuse me because I keep talking and my mouth's drying out, so and I don't want you hearing me gulp away on the microphone. My apologies there. So what else have we got here? No, not even a Harry Potter one. No, not yet. So I would maybe, for the purpose of the live feeds, humour you with a magic wand in some way, cast a spell or something like that. So Kerry says that she uses cards and crystals. It helps you to connect, and that is you couldn't have said it any better there, Kerry. And that would be what I would have said. It's a ritual that is required by Kerry's mind. So you, Kerry, have said there that it helps you connect. So it's absolutely fine. It's neither right nor wrong. It's just a process that you go through that helps you connect in the best way possible. So I've got absolutely no problems with that. And if that helps you, that helps you. What I do try to plant that seed of thoughts within your mind there is that know that it is your mind that does that, and it's you that needs that, and that it is limitless. And one day, if you chose to maybe try without it, and expand your awareness as such, you would do absolutely fine, and you wouldn't need your cards or your crystals, or your runes. You've been self-taught, okay, since the teen, but never had a teacher. Yeah, there's no right or wrong way, is there? I think it's one of those things that if you if you're self-taught and you're doing it well enough, then carry on, continue. I think if you're looking to go out publicly on a much more dare I say commercial stance, if you want to do public events or things like that, then you would have to engage in the rules and regulations of these places, and so maybe you would need a teacher for the aspects of the rules and regulations. What's Ray saying there, Ray? I think you mean, is there? Is there a limit to how many spirit can work in your team? Absolutely not. It's unlimited. And the way that I try to view that, Ray, and again, it's another good question. The way that I try to view that is, I think it's one of those things that if your brick wall falls down outside, then you call a bricklayer to come and fix the wall. If a plug socket blows and you blow the fuse box, then you call you get in an electrician to come and fix your fuse box. If my plumbing goes and my tap ain't working properly, then I call in a plumber. And so there's professionalism within all aspects of our life, isn't there? And for me, the spirit world and the teams that we develop and grow with, I think it's one of those that our team grows with, that dependent on the advice or the guidance that's needed. So the team is in a constant expansion as such. The more and more our conscious state of mind opens, then the vaster the field becomes, giving us a greater access to the spirit realm as such, without that sounding all love and light. But that's how I see that, mate. 38 years. That's Evil Ouija. So that is that's awesome, and you're still with us. I mean, the stories that you hear is that people die and you get taken over and you're lost and what have you, when you're here engaging on a live feed here on YouTube. So it's great, and when that video comes out, it'd be nice to have engagement with you, or understanding and your techniques, and maybe some of the experiments that you've conducted while using the Ouija boards or the spirit boards for the 38 years, and what you found in your experience. I think that would be great content to sort of engage with on the video when it's released. It'll be a couple of weeks yet, mate. Maybe 3 weeks, because I need a backlog, because I'm out all of May, so I need some backlog going. Kerry says, I use crystals to keep me grounded. As you said earlier, I'm very hyper and in and out of different realms without fully understanding. And it's wonderful to hear people like you, Kerry, explain it in that way. So you're very in and out and in different realms without full understanding, which is why I do this channel. It's why I create the videos, to give you that understanding. And again, for me, the crystal is not the thing that's grounding you. It's the effect that your mind has by believing it grounds you, if that makes sense. And so again, it's like a ritual as such, but it's a ritual that clearly works for you. So don't change it overnight, but just have that understanding, and there will be lots of videos going along the lines of crystals and grounding. There are some already on grounding on the channel. If you troll through and have a little look. The audio's not great at the moment on the channel, but it has been fixed, and so future videos will be much better quality. So Yeah, okay. And so seeing is believing aspect. So at the start of the live feed, there was talk of the visualizations in clairvoyance. So the visualization of it grounding you works, then keep using it because it's clearly working for Kerry. It's just that limitless approach. Know that it's just a thought away. Just one thought and you're grounded, which is much easier. I like it to be less mechanical if possible. So simplicity is a key word, I think, there. That's a strange thing there. So some weird things go on these live feeds, don't they? But it's great. I'm still holding a few of you in. So no problem at all, Kerry. That's the purpose of this live feed. I don't think I've missed any questions there. So is there any more questions? It don't look like it at the moment. So if any of you are getting a question together, then feel free to do so. I'm just jumping over here to have a quick look at this. Why we do that? So I don't know how to do that. So a little bit annoying. Not to worry. I am still learning all of this at the moment, so you will just have to bear with me at the moment. So good to see you on here, Charlie. Keep us updated on your next live feed. Hopefully you will. It's nice that you're engaging there, Christina. I don't know if you've been here the entire time. Only a slight lag on the feed, it seems. Well, that's okay. Is it visual or is it sound? I don't know, but it's getting there. I'm new to it, and I promise you that over time it will start to look very professional once I get the workings of what's going on here. So if you are subscribed to the channel, Christina, and you've hit that notification bell, I will always post up maybe a few hours before a live feed. I will keep my Facebook Mediumship page active to when I will be going live, and then emails and notifications should come through to you via YouTube if you have subscribed and hit that notification bell. So I'm told there's a slight lag in the audio, which won't be too much of a problem. So if I quickly do this, and maybe you guys can help me out here. So if I quickly punch in 500, and I will delay that very quickly. I don't know if that's going to help any. So keep a lookout for the visual and how my words are appearing. So am I behind or am I ahead? Can you tell early on if one of your students is exceptional, or does everybody start at the same level? Great question again there, Ray. So for all the people that are in watching, if you've got any questions, it would be a great time for you to get your question across. And if there's anything burning in your mind that you've ever wanted to know, now is the time to do that. So Ray has asked, can you tell early on if one of your students is exceptional, or does everybody start at the same level? I would say that not everyone starts at the same level. From time to time, there will be people that are a little bit more advanced, but it tends to level out. I mean, I know that you're a dad, Ray, and some people, some children walk quicker than others, don't they? But by the time they all go to school, they all tend to be of the same kind of level there, don't they? They're all talking. Maybe they're all toilet trained, and they're all walking around normally. So I think that is the same kind of thing there. So That's great news that you've subscribed there, Christina. The visual is still slightly behind, is it? So I don't know by how much. That's the problem I have here. So I will, in time, maybe up that. I don't know. Let me try. I will need your engagement, viewers, to let me know just how far out I am on that. Hi, Jeannie Broom. So nice of you to join us on the live stream here on Medium Charlie Kelly. So is that getting worse, the visual, or is it about right? So I'll let one of you pop it in the chat. In the meantime, is there any other questions? Why I mess around with that? And there's loads of activity being going on here today. So I'm so pleased that it's worked out. Okay. And that you guys, I assume you're happy with it and with what's going on. Can you tell me what seeing recurring numbers means? I.e. A 222, about 2 words behind. I'm about 2 words behind. It's hard to tell at the minute. Okay, so I'll maybe have to do that at some point. The recurring number is that you're looking at there. Who is that? That's Christina. So it's hard to tell at the moment. Then if you can work it out, then I'll adjust accordingly, because I know how frustrating that gets. It's a little bit annoying, isn't it? So the recurring number, sorry, Christina. So the recurring number is something that mindfully you would have read of lately. You know, something would have prompted you to notice things like AAA, YYY, 222. And the fact that I know that that's happened is that it's in the comment box here because you've recognised it. So then what a lot of people do is they jump onto YouTube or they jump onto the Google search bar and they ask what the relevance of that number is. You know, what is the relevant number of 222 or the recurring thing of AAA or YYY. And then you're going to get some weird answers there. You're going to get some crazy answers. You're going to get some weird and out there kind of mechanics that you need to be trying. When what happens is that if you feel that it's a spiritual calling or something that you need to be looking into or something that you're looking at in some aspects, your conscious state is opening in some way, then that's it. Then it's done its job. It's done the recurring aspects of it. And so what I would do is I would maybe look for different scenarios or different examples, not just go to the one that's got 100,000 subscribers or the one that's got a website. Do one that sits right with you. You know, like if you feel like you have to change something in your world, and you feel that you need to change something in your world, and every time you're thinking I need to change something in my world, you're seeing a recurring number of 222, then that would be the time to change something in your world, and you're just seeing it that way. I hope that makes sense there, Christina. So we still don't know. Okay, so hi, I had a visitation of an old boyfriend from 25 years ago. However, this dream of him, I've been so sad and crying. This dream seems to have me grieving now when I found out in 2016. So, welcome to the channel, Claire. And let's see if we can fully understand what it is that you're saying now. So are you telling me that the visitation, the way that you're wording that there, the visitation is from a boyfriend who has now passed? I will need you to clarify that for me, or give me understanding where your mind is going there. What is it that you're asking me? Yes, so he's passed. Okay, so from 25 years ago. Okay, so that's However, this dream of him, I've been so sad and crying. This dream seems to have me grieving now. Uh, and you found out in 2016. And there's no. It's gonna sound. I don't want it to sound um, uh, unempathetic, if that makes sense. Is it normal to start grieving after a dream of him? Most certainly, you're normal, Claire. Don't worry about it. It's something that does happen. And what's happened is your spirit has been touched. So what happens is that you are a physical person, and then you are a spiritual person. So you're spiritual having a human experience. And so what's happened is your spirit has been touched in some way. And that when that overwhelming um, essence from the spirit world touches you, our human body has no way to handle it. It may be that you're undisciplined in some way, or you don't know you don't know how to express this emotion, and so the body just shuts down. The body just cries. That's what the body does. It may be another 10 years now, and you maybe think of him again, and you'll cry again. But this is very normal. This is something that happens within your mind. There must be a essence of love there somewhere. So you must have shared loving experiences with this man that touched you deeply, that touched you deeply. And the memory of that is just so pure in the visitation, as you call it, that it's just prompted all old emotions from years back, which is very, very normal. It's something that will happen all of the time. What it's also saying to me is that there are not issues. Issue sounds the wrong word there, but there are things that maybe need looking at. Why did it make you cry? Sit down in front of a mirror and ask yourself, why did that make me cry? What is that emotion that I'm feeling? And it may be that you miss him. It may be that you still love him in some way, or it may be that you never got to say things. And these things will just build up. It's like an energy that sits within inside us, and when it gets its opportunity to rear up, it takes its opportunity. So it sounds like there's something there. So maybe I would get a mirror and sit down and in that moment be honest with yourself and try to find the root cause of that. And over time that will subside. But it's normal. It's okay to grieve and miss people and cry for people. That's a very normal thing to happen. The good thing is that he's visited you. That's nice. I assume it's something that you're pleased about. I hope. No problem at all there, Claire. No problem at all. So I don't know how long I've been going for. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes, hasn't it? So again, sorry, I need a quick drink. So I am going to begin to round this up. This will start to round up shortly. So if there are any questions, I do see your question there, Ray. So don't panic, I will answer that. But if there are more questions, now's the time to ask, because I will be drawing this to a close very shortly. So let me just mute my mic quickly while I guzzle some water. And welcome back. So I don't know if there's a delay on the chat. I don't know, but I'll answer Ray's question, and then we'll call it a night. And if I miss any of your questions, I will move them over into the next live feed, maybe something like that. Don't forget, you guys, if you've enjoyed it, then maybe share the video, or at least engage with the video, because that will give me the platform that I need to go out there with and get the subscribers up, and give me more capability as that subscriber count grows. Get it on the other platforms as well. Share it if you've engaged in some way. Then we can get it out there and let other people know that the channel's here to help. In that way. So glad to see you back, Chris, but the downside is that I'm rounding it up, so it's a bit of a nightmare for you. But you can watch it on replay. That's a good thing. So Ray, do you believe in luck, or that our lives and events are predetermined and are structured by choice? Just as I'm rounding up, Ray, what is wrong with you, man? It's a great question, mate. It's a great question, and many philosophies will come into play with this one. So, without losing you or the audience completely, there will be fate involved in this. So I am someone that I'm certain that in some way I have agreed to certain scenarios to be fulfilled within the life that I'm living here as Charlie. But my spirit would have pre-contracted that in some way. However, we do have free will, and that we do have a choice. And so what I mean by that is that if I choose to go out and where I usually turn right, one day I choose to turn left, the plan, the blueprint of life will just alter itself to make sure that the things that I want to fall into place will happen eventually after the choices that I have made may have steered me away. So the design of life will bring me back on track at some point. So I hope that makes sense there, Ray. Although I've lost your question. So for me, it's structured to an extent, pre-contracted to an extent, and having a choice to an extent. So thank you everyone that's joined me. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it. I've been nervous all day about doing it, and I didn't know how it was going to go. So I hope it's gone well, and you guys have enjoyed it and enjoyed engaging. I'm not sure if everyone did engage, but I thank the ones that did, and I thank the ones that are watching. Don't forget to always check back. I upload Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and I will try and squeeze a live feed in maybe once a week or something like that. Depending how the growth goes, I'll be checking the analytics and all that kind of stuff here on YouTube. And so thanks for liking the beard there, Chris. But it's one of those, if the demand's there, then I'll do it. And if you guys enjoy it, then I'll do it. If you share and get it out there and let other people know it's here, then I'll do it. It's one of those, isn't it? So the spirit world can see much further than as was toiled 50 years ago. That I would come and work in the USA, and 33 years ago that comes to pass. No clocks in the spirit world. Definitely, mate, definitely. So maybe that was part of the design. Yeah, maybe you preordained that. So definitely a tie next time. I'm not sure I'll wear a tie. I may embrace a beanie hat the next time to let you guys see what I sit like in my everyday. So that'll be cool. Thank you for the support, everyone. As always. Look after yourself. I have really enjoyed this live feed, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time here on Medium Charlie Kelly Masterclass. Peace out.